each other, getting to know one another, talking about issues that we're all facing, good, bad, indifferent. Let's talk about it from one sister to another. Let's talk about it.
Hey, hey, hey.
Sister friend.
Good evening,
how, are,
sister friend.
how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you
Good.
doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you as always.
I know we keep trying to say we gotta set it up where we can see each other in person. It's been a minute.
Right?
Been a minute, but I'm so happy that we can at least get together virtually.
right?
And I tell you, we have actually get together virtually and been able to kind of stay in town for a couple of weeks.
Wow. Won't he do
Want to
it?
do it. So listen, we had an awesome episode for the past couple of months, and last month was great. And now we have another awesome um, session on tonight. We're so
I
excited
know.
about
I'm
the
so excited.
conversation.
Can't wait.
I know. It's sometimes you have those conversations, those guests that you just, and it's been like that for the past few months. Is have guests that you've just been anticipating, and because the conversation is needed, that there are people who want to hear more about this
Right.
topic. And so we're just super excited for the conversation we're going to have tonight. Um, and it's talking about pretty much redemption. Remember last one we talked about redemption, and
Mm-hmm.
here we are again. This road to redemption, it keeps coming up. But this couple we have tonight, we're very excited to have them. But before we get introduced them, we want to thank all of our audience for coming in and chiming in. We thank you for taking this time to be a part of the conversation. We want you to definitely, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, in the comment area. We also definitely want you to go ahead and share, like, comment. And if you have not subscribed to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, shame on you. What
Hit
are you
that
waiting
button.
for? Mash it. Let's go.
Invite some friends to do it too.
Yes, yes. Because not only do we have our sister friend on tonight, we have a brother friend on tonight too.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We let them in every now and then, right, Wanda? We let them in
Right?
every
Every
now and
now and again. Every now and again.
and we thank our brothers who are on chiming in and coming in now. We thank you, whether you're on Stitch or YouTube or Facebook. We thank you for joining in on tonight. But we want to come on and bring our special guest on. Is that all right, Wanda?
Absolutely. Let's get this started.
Let's get this started. We want to
Let's get it
welcome
started.
Alonzo and Kayla to the stage. Hello.
Good evening. We need some more men up here now.
Good.
All right, hey, listen, we got to be inclusive.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's the friend part, the sister friend.
Yeah, right. That's how we doing. That's how we doing it. But thank the two of you so much for joining us on tonight. We are excited to talk about the road to redemption. And I love the fact that we're going to be dealing with a love story that's rooted in strength and perseverance. And then one of the things that we share with our audience, this is not just about romantic love, but it's also about self-love and loving others and even having that strong faith to persevere. So we want to get right into our topic. But before we do, please do share with our audience who you are. If you want to share what you do, all those things, just give us a few minutes on that.
Nice, nice. So my name is Alonzo Goulborn. Currently, I am a real estate developer / investor based out of Newark, New Jersey. I also have a fragrance company that is doing really well right now with the yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Big things.
Awesome.
This is my beautiful partner, Kayla Ruiz.
Hi. So I'm Kayla. I am in medical billing, revenue cycle management, and I
Nice.
have my own. I'm sorry. Oh, I have my own business as well as I work, doing that for another company. So If you need help with your bills, I'm your girl.
All right.
I love
All
it.
right.
Love it.
Some
Yes.
entrepreneurs in the house.
That's right.
Make sure we get your information after the show so we can put it in the post so people can,
Yeah,
reach
reach
out and
out.
get some things started.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Please buy as much as you want. As much as you want. We can use money.
Love it. Love it. So, Juan, do you want to get things started?
Sure. So, before we even get into your story, tell us what you think. What does redemption mean to you?
So redemption means to me really change behavior, accountability, progression, and basically just being able to execute on those things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. I agree.
All right. That sounds good to me.
Right. Right. Yes. And I think about that in all of our lives. We all need to. Sometimes people start things out. They say they want to, tomorrow being redeemed and having redemption, all the thing. But what are you doing? Like you said, carry it out, follow through. That's important. There's a part we have to play.
Right.
And look,
Absolutely.
blame others or look at others. But what part are we playing in our own redemption? So I love that answer.
Correct.
That is awesome. So, in redemption, there's a forgiveness part to that, right? So how does that forgiveness factor in the journey of redemption? And who is harder to forgive, yourself or others, you think?
I think this is a great question, right? For me in particular, I think I find it easier to forgive other people
Hmm.
than
Oh,
myself,
wow.
right? And I say that because in my past, in dealing with the drug and criminal lifestyle and just doing some of the things I had no business doing, I was the antagonist of the story.
Hmm.
And it's hard. It's easier to justify things that are out of our control or out of my control. So,
Mm-hmm.
so when people have done things to me, it's easy to be like, oh, I can see why they did that. But it's hard for me to understand, like, or come to terms with the fact that I've actually hurt other people, and
Hmm.
being able understanding that they still may like never get over the things that I've done to them and the pain that I've inflicted onto them,
Wow.
and just coming to terms with that, to forgive myself. It took me a long time to be able to forgive myself, just thinking about the hurt that I've caused other people in my life.
Makes sense.
Mhm,
That's deep.
mhm.
It is, like you said, you had to come to terms with that. And something you said about knowing that they may never get over
Right.
what you've done to them, but yet you still have to be able to move on from that. Right. So yeah, I that's a good answer. So what keeps you strong and helps you to persevere through these tough times?
Man, my accountability partner right here. She definitely she anchors me in ways that other people have tried to in the past, but just couldn't tame the beast, so to speak. you know,
Right.
my family for sure. My colleagues, my friends, just people. Also, my therapist. I've definitely been doing a lot of therapy. We do therapy together as well as separate. To hold ourselves accountable, set goals for ourselves within the relationship and outside of the relationship. And I think just me as a person, I just have like a will to win and a drive to like want
Mm.
to succeed. So I think that's something that can't be taught. It's just a part of who I am and
Yeah,
like how I was raised.
Right, right. Let
I
let
like
me
that.
let me ask a sidebar question because you mentioned therapy. Was it hard for you to get started with therapy? Because we as a people have always had a problem with going to therapy, right? So was it hard for you to accept that you needed therapy, or was that something you just like, I needed to let me go?
Man, I could do no wrong, man. They told me I needed therapy, man. I said every curse word. I made up curse words. I said, nigga, I don't need, I don't need no therapy. So the real story is I was in prison, and I wanted to cut my time short. So they said, okay, you got to go to this program. You got to go to an inpatient program or whatever inside the prison. So I was like, all right, cool. That's, that's nothing, right? So I went there, not really programming, just trying to, make it through. So they started giving me like little, work to do, like sheets. And they started asking me questions that I've never asked myself. And all of a sudden, all of these emotions just start coming out of nowhere. And I'm like,
working.
It started working. I'm like, you know what? I ain't spoken to my dad in a long time. Like, what's going on? So to answer your question, no, it wasn't something that came easy. It was something that was very, very difficult, but I stuck with it and learned how advantageous it was. So when I came home, I was able to continue therapy and continue my journey. And I'm still to this day in therapy.
That's great. That's really great because, like I said, that for us as a people, that's something hard for a lot of people to get started with and to stick with. And to hear not only did you stick with it and you're still doing it, but you found it advantageous. And I think that's something that a lot of people need to hear. Look, I'm about ready to go sit on somebody's couch again myself.
That's right.
So,
Wait, I got to go back for a second because we talked about that forgiveness factor right there, and forgiving yourself. I just need to hear more on that because I know when you have hurt other people, and and when you have done some things in your past that you're not proud of, you wish you didn't, you can't go back and change the past, right? And you want people to forgive because you're sorry. You didn't mean to do it. I mean, that time you probably said, I'm just going to do it. You might, and maybe you did mean. And when I say you, I'm talking about me or anybody else who's listening. Sometimes we do things that just aren't right and we hurt people. And what do you do? And this is, maybe you can help somebody just listen. What do you do when that person refuses to forgive, refuses to even talk to you? Like, or if that person goes on and you never get a chance to talk to them. What would you suggest? What advice would you give?
Again, I think you just have to learn how to forgive yourself and understand that sometimes people are not going to be, they're not going to support your growth as a person. A lot of times people want to keep you in the box that they are used to keeping you in, because what it does is it gives them a reason to not have to change, right? Because they get to stay where they are. And that's very difficult. Again, therapy is a very, very difficult thing. And the accountability part of therapy is the hardest part, being able to say, I did something wrong, or there's something that I could have potentially done better. So I would just say, man, just, manage your expectations.
Yeah.
Know that
that's good.
People may not forgive you, and they don't have to forgive you, frankly. But you forgive yourself.
And you did your part.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in that accountability piece, Kayla, I can just only imagine.
He's a very strong character, but I think ultimately he knows that I want the best for him. I would never give him any bad information, wrong information, anything to hurt him. And I think that when my intentions or our intentions are pure, he can receive that information. And, I'm not going to tell him anything that I don't feel is the best for him. So
you better not.
Yeah. And I think it's different with being holding somebody accountable than babysitting, right? You're not trying to be a babysitter or trying to tell them what to do, but accountability is different because, like you said, you have the best intentions. You just really turn the mirror on the person,
right?
So they can see themselves, right?
Absolutely.
So that's good.
I like that. To me all the time, man.
We do it to each other. We hold each other accountable, and I think that's good. That's good because if you don't hold your partner accountable, you're missing the honesty part there. You have
absolutely.
That's the teamwork of it all, right?
You want them to grow, and you have to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that communication that's so key in any relationship. So if you can learn to hold each other accountable, that makes the conversation or communication period that much easier because you're willing to talk to each other.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Correct.
That's true. Yeah.
Therapy on my part as well. So no work in progress.
Therapy all
Hey,
around. I'm for it. Let's go.
right?
Look, us first. Oh boy, people are saying how proud they are of the two of you, and just that's awesome. I think that speaks volumes right there when people can actually genuinely say that and say things like, "This is a great couple. So proud. You're amazing. Thank you." That's good because that shows that you're genuine. That shows that people see you. And I like that too because that also tells me that not just about the two, but anybody who is saying that, that shows that they're not, what's the word I'm looking for, they know you're genuine. That's what it really is. They know you're genuine and that
And
you're
they see
doing.
your growth. They
They see
see
your
your
growth.
growth.
The most
Yeah,
important.
thank
Correct.
you, Wanda. Yeah,
Correct. It's
yeah,
been a
because that's,
long road.
Absolutely.
This road.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm glad you said some people feel like it's overnight. Like this is something that's going to, change doesn't happen overnight. It is a journey. It is a road, and it's all, you have to be the one, like you said, Alonzo, earlier, that the will to win. I love that.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
We have to want to win when we have to do something to move towards that direction. Because we could talk all day, but what are you doing to win? What are you doing for
That
yourself?
execution part, right?
Right.
You got to start doing towards it. So
Yeah.
you mentioned your family earlier and their support. So, and one of the things we know about your family is that they are a family of faith. So, what has faith played in
Yeah.
your redemption?
Yes,
What
they
role has it played?
grandmother. I had to go to everything, boy. Bible studies, Sunday school, intermediate. Oh Lord, but yeah, but because that was my foundation. The
Yeah.
faith has really given me confidence. It really has given me a belief system within myself. Right. There's a lot of times because I'm like somebody who likes to take risks. Right. And a lot of times people don't understand that. And when you are trying to accomplish something and you have a lot of people that are in your ear saying like, oh,
Hmm.
this is not going to work, this is not going to, you have to really have faith in yourself to be able to have confidence and say, no, I'm gonna do this, this
Come
is what I'm
on.
gonna do.
Yes.
What nobody say, and by the time everything gets done, then they'll come along and they want to be a part of it. So that foundation that my family has instilled in me early on has really played a pivotal role in who I am, like who I am and how I approach life. For
All
sure.
Yeah.
right, Deke, you better say so.
I'm a trustee. I'm a trustee. I want to count the money. I don't know what to do.
I know that's right. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. There's nothing wrong with choosing what you want to do.
Right? Know your place. Know your place.
Oh Lord. Wow. That is awesome. I, we think about the role, and that's true. When as soon as we put that question out there, I immediately thought about the prayers and of Aunt Holly, and I know there were others, but I automatically go to her. And I
Absolutely.
think about that, and I said, we have to remember that, especially when you come from such a strong family of faith, the prayers of um, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our fathers, our mothers, and so on and so forth, aunts and uncles, and all those who prayed for us prior to us even being on this earth. Because
Absolutely.
that's something that I did for my children before they even began. I prayed for them before, and even like I think about when you want your children to be married and things like that, so you want them to marry the right person. Those prayers and just be in the right place, all those things. So that's important. And I know that those prayers got you through many a nights of those challenges and a different circumstance you might have found yourself in, prayers from your grandmother, your mother, and so forth and so on. So we're glad that you have the will to win too.
Amen. Amen.
That's right.
And what lessons can others learn from your journey? What
Um,
lessons you think people can learn from your journey?
So I think like the most important thing is just understanding that your past does not like define you and
Mm-hmm.
who you are as a person, as a person in your journey. That's just a season, right? And sometimes, a season is just that, right? You go
Right.
from fall, you go to spring, so forth and so on. People are going to judge you. People are going to talk about you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to do everything that they
Yeah.
possibly can. But I also like to say, like, those people are typically people who are in the stands, right? They spectate what they do,
Right.
right? So, while you are in the field and you're playing, you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes people have the luxury of hiding their mistakes in the closet because they're still on the sidelines,
Right.
whereas you are the poster child for everything wrong
Mm-hmm.
in the world, right? So again, just understanding who you are, knowing that, second chances, you have to give them those to yourself. You have to be brave. You have to be courageous, and just, one step at a time. Go seek
Yeah.
therapy if you need therapy. Go seek accountability partners if you need those. People, places, and things. Change your socioeconomic status. Start to talk to different people.
Yeah.
And yeah, just live your life. Just live your
Mm-hmm.
life. Yep.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Kayla, I want to ask you the same question because you're a part of that journey, but you come from a different perspective. So what could you say people could learn from this journey on
Yeah.
your part?
I think that I have a similar outtake as far as everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves to be happy. You don't have to hold on to that guilt or that,
Yeah.
what you've done to others. Everybody deserves to turn a new leaf and grow to be a different person, And I think that that's a lesson that everyone can learn because Alonzo's done it and lots of people have done it. And, people owe it to themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
That's a great point. They owe it to themselves. They really do. One thing you said, Alonzo, that, stuck out to me is that people change your socio and your economic status.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is so vital to changing your lifestyle because not only do you have to change your social status and who you deal with, the places you go, the people you talk to, but economically as well. Because start saving your money, start doing the right things with your money so that you can make those things happen. So
Right.
it was very good point that I think a lot of people overlook. So thank you for making that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pardon me. Just to expound on that, when I was living, with my friends, they still are my friends, but like my older friends, it was very, very difficult for me to change the person that I was
Yeah.
because, just being in that environment, everybody's kind of doing the same thing, and it's very easy to get caught up in the same things that you typically done. I really didn't
Right.
start my change until I changed my environment and I started to be around other people. I was wearing big chains, and I'm seeing people that just, these people like rich. They don't wear nothing. I'm like, oh no. I have to reevaluate the way I carry
Mm-hmm.
myself, the way I spend my money, how
Right.
Exactly.
I see the world. So that's really, really important, extremely important.
I heard somebody say recently, and I don't remember where I heard it, but they say rich people stay rich by acting like they're poor, and poor people stay poor by acting like they're
Like
rich.
they're
There you
rich.
go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
That's so true. That's so true. I see your aunt. So she said, "That's my nephew. You'll be a great trustee."
That's right. Don't play about me, boy. I love you, Akil.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Yes, we love Kim. Yes, yes. One thing in this conversation that we're talking about, the road to redemption, this love story. Tell us a little bit about your love story.
So my version of the story is when we first saw, I met her through a friend. Her best friend and my best friend had a little situationship,
Yeah.
we'll call it.
I love it.
So we all used to hang out together, but she never would hang out with us. I didn't even know she existed. So me, my friend, and her best friend, we would all go out, we would party, do all of the worldly things
I'll
that,
be in the house. That's why.
Yeah, we don't get to that.
I'll be in the house.
So, make a long story less long, I saw her and I was like, oh, I've never seen her before. Why she don't come out, whatever. So I sent her a little DM, said, hey, what's up? She curved me because she didn't want to deal with me. But again, perseverance, right? I don't give up, right? So it's cool. I thanked her for her time. It's all good. I waited maybe like 2 or 3 months, sent another message out, said, hey, baby, I'm still here. Still thinking about you. Still thinking you look good. Would love to take you out. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, he threw the baby in there.
Right. Right.
I ain't
Not
going
baby.
So she let me take her out, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that story is pretty accurate. Story.
Because he started off saying his version. Okay, so
right.
I mean, there was an accurate version. So ever since I just knew he was special.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man. That's a love story.
She got to know I was special after she met me, and I put that Rouse on her. I put that Rouse on her, and she's like, he can stick around a little bit.
Yeah, we know who your granddaddy was.
Oh.
Look, Mother Holly used to talk about Ray.
Oh, yeah. I remember we went over there one time, and Aunt Holly was like, she laid back. She was like, now, Ray. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah, we love talking to Holly. Yes, Lord. She laid down for you. She tell you the real deal.
Yes, Lord. We caught us off guard sometimes.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to mention too, I love the fact when you talked about earlier, you hear all the chatter in the background, people are saying, trying to give you direction, tell you which way to go. And sometimes we do have to tune people out. You do have to, especially when you have the will to win. And there are those who don't really want to see you win because they're looking at your past, or they feel like you don't deserve it, or they didn't want to forgive, all those things. And I think that's important for the audience to hear that, because a lot of times we do allow people to stop us from being great, to stop us from winning. So in terms of when you, not just young people, even people our age, I tell you, it's not, I look at myself, for example, and I think about that sometime. If I had not decided to go back to school, and that was my choice, that was something I had on my bucket list, whatever you want to call it, for a long time. And certain people say, well, you approaching 50, I don't know, that kind of thing. I'm like, so what does that mean? I know people went back to school in their 50s and 60s. So if I would have listened to them, I wouldn't have went back and may not have had the success that I had in life because of it. So I appreciate you sharing that. But we also want to encourage those who are older, that you don't have to listen to the naysayers, the mockers, the scorners, those who just jealous, all those things. But knowing who you are. So what point, I'm saying this to say, well, what point did you get to that point? At what point did you get to that point? Like when you said, I don't care what people say.
Always.
Yeah, I've always been like that.
I think always.
Yeah, I'm naturally, I'm stubborn naturally, and I just kind of always like move to the beat of my own drum. And I just think that, because I was in a controlled environment where people really didn't understand that type of personality, they couldn't really harness the power that comes along with it. They couldn't direct me in the right way. So I just went with all the other rebellious people. But all them niggas was selling drugs. They was up to no good.
No, Alonzo, we got the same cuss word. That's the same. I'm like, you know what, nigga?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to
I try not to say it, but they bring it out. I tell you, they bring it out. You know, I think it's important what you said because you're never too old to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So going to school at any age or changing jobs, reinvent yourself if that's what you need to do. Right. Change that socio and economic status. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
And
true.
just recently, you know, the real estate development is a new career for me. So about 3 years ago, I had purchased some land from the city of Newark, thinking that it was, you know, I've done fix and flips before, where I bought distressed properties and fixed them up, sold them, thinking it was something similar to that, but it is not. Development is a career, and I had to, you know, find me a mentor. I went to class. He gave classes. I did that for about a year, and I'm still going to classes all the time. So absolutely, I agree. It's never too late to change direction, jump into new careers. If it's something you want to do it. Don't let anybody project their inefficiencies onto you.
Right.
Right. So
Lifelong learner. That's,
important.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So again, make sure we get your information because I know there's a lot of young men that are interested in real estate and flipping properties and all of that. So, you know, at least, you know, you might be able to mentor some of them if they don't come along and help you out. So that's important that we do that because, you know, each one reach one.
Correct.
Yeah.
I just threw my contact information in the chat for anybody that wants to reach out to me. Let me put it in the comments.
Okay.
Let me join the chat.
Got it. You got okay. I'll put it in for you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Your auntie is loving this.
And even after, I know the well, one thing we want to ask as we get ready to wrap up the conversation is what's next for Kayla? What's next for Alonzo? What's next for Alonzo and Kayla? Because as partners, we do things together, right? Sometimes we do things separately.
Well, for me, it's continuing to learn, to grow as a person. We are embarking on a new journey as our kids are finally leaving the nest. So we are,
Wait a minute, y'all are not that old. Hold on.
To college.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're learning to adapt to that. Alonzo is a lot more excited than I am. Mama. So just embarking on this new journey of like being myself again. Not like just mom, but back to being Kayla and hopefully enjoy more of that time with Alonzo.
Yeah, I am excited. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but yeah, you know, just what she said. You know, I have personal goals of my own. Of course, I want to continue to be successful, continue to develop more property in the city of Newark, in the state of New Jersey, nationwide. So that's a goal of mine. I want to continue to grow my brands, my businesses. I want to be able to raise my kids up. So one day they'll be able to take over my businesses and add value for the things that they're going to school in now and in the companies as well. So they don't have to work for other people and do what somebody else told them to do. Right. And as far as our relationship, man, I plan on spending the rest of my life with this woman. So that's a little hint.
Look, hint. Can we get an invite?
Hello, right? I want to
be. But yeah, those are our goals, though. For sure.
Awesome.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan
for sure.
For some reason, I can't connect to the chat. So I know everybody in the chat has my number. If y'all could just put it in there, that would be.
We will definitely put it in there because I know there's some people on YouTube as well.
Right.
Facebook chat. So we want to make sure, and then we won't post it. Well, I guess we put on the chat. I guess if you okay with it, we okay with it. But okay. We have numbers.
My phone up. Text me, please.
Right.
Because I'm busy.
Right.
You text me. Let me know. Hey, that sort of thing. I want to connect with you. Not a problem.
Awesome. I love it.
Good.
Here's your aunt again. Here's your aunt again. Oh my God, this has been awesome. Thank the two of you so much.
So very much. So
We
very
definitely
much.
see
For
the
your
love story.
transparency, for your
Yeah.
honesty, just for, being willing to share your story with so many,
Mm-hmm.
not just us, but with so many. So we are grateful and we thank God for you. We really do.
Likewise. Thank you guys for having us. We appreciate you sharing the platform so we can share our story. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to leave the audience with before we sign off for tonight?
I just want to thank the audience for showing up to hear me speak, hear us speak. We like, I don't want to say we nobodies, but we just like average, normal people who just trying to get by just like everybody else who has big goals, dreams, and aspirations, and just have a story. And hopefully you guys were able to learn from our story, and I hope it helps.
Yeah. Do you still have your vegan page?
I do still have my vegan. You talking about vegan entrepreneur?
Yes.
Yeah, I still got my vegan page. We had a vegan Thanksgiving. My mom, all of them was eating vegan.
I know they were.
Yeah, I need some vegan recipes because I can't do but so much.
We have them.
Real deal, right? The real deal. I'm telling you. Well, thank you again, and we appreciate both of you. And we just want to again thank you to our audience. We appreciate you tuning in on tonight. This has been an awesome topic. So please do go on. We're going to actually put everything on the page as well, but we're going to drop it in the comments too tonight. But we ask you to just please do reach out to Alonzo and Kayla. He's putting his number out there. If you text him, you heard what he said. Don't blow it up calling him. Just text, okay? He'll get back to you. And we'll share.
Because if you like me, we don't answer numbers we don't know.
Right. So thank you again, Alonzo and Kayla. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wanda.
Girl, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Look, I'm excited for them.
Yes, that's good. I love to see that. There's so much there. Was so much in that conversation that everybody can glean from. We know that, I'm not going to say hope. I know that the audience got some good information. They were encouraged by that. Even if those who are on now, please do share this broadcast. I know there'll be some, they're texting me now saying, oh, we want to listen to the replay. Please send us the link. Listen, share, because you don't know who's going to listen to this. You don't know.
That's right. Especially if you know some young people that need to be encouraged and you can't reach. This was good. This was good.
Yeah. Because everybody don't come back from that. Right.
Exactly.
Being incarcerated.
Exactly.
And do well. So we thank them again. So Juan, you want to take us out?
Sure. I just wanted to, since we're in the season, or we just passed this season of Thanksgiving, which never ends, we just want to remind everybody that as we're approaching Christmas, as Alonzo mentioned, watch your socio and economic status. Don't be out there spending money you don't have.
Right? How about
you ain't got to buy a gift for everybody, but we want you to enjoy that time with family. For it is the birth date, or the day we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So we thank you all for tuning in, and we want to continue the conversation. If you have some questions that you might have wanted to ask but didn't get a chance, write them in the chat. We'll make sure Alonzo and Kayla get them, so that you can get your answers in case you need some answers to some questions. So the conversation doesn't have to end here. It can continue on. And we love all of you. So, sister friend, can we talk?
Sister friend, let's talk about it. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
One another, talking about issues that we're all facing, good, bad, indifferent. Let's talk about it from one sister to another. Let's talk about it.